Everybody, and welcome to the series, Mind Hacks to Actually Reach Your Goals. This series was designed to be about 8 to 10 minutes a day over the period of time, a few weeks, to literally go through what are the practical steps that we need to take our lives from where we are to where we got to be. Thanks for joining us, and let's get started. Okay, everybody, welcome back. Episode 9. Let's get into it now. We're getting into it. We're drilling in, right? Remember a couple episodes ago, we spoke about building rituals. Building rituals requires cues, routines, and rewards. Okay. Now, we spoke about cues. Find something you do anyways, just a structure, and use it as a cue, as a trigger to get you somewhere. The reason why brushing teeth works is because it's right next to waking up. If brushing teeth would be 2 p.m, very few people would brush their teeth. It's perfect. It's at the right time. You're already doing something else, waking up, and it's got a trigger. The mint creates a condition that your brain needs it every morning. It waits for it. It takes you to the bathroom, and then you don't use any effort. You have no mental energy expended, and you get clean teeth. We got to find a place called the cue to attach your routine to. But you can't do a routine unless it's from your identity, which is what we spend the past few episodes talking about. So if you're joining us now, go back a few episodes. We'll talk about your identity, the eulogy, ideal day, pulling out your B's. Okay, now you should have your B's in front of you now. Now we're getting to the next stage now. When you look at your B's, now it's time to build routines. Now, how do you build routines? So I want to take you to the world of a man named David Brailsford. David Brailsford was the British cycling's coach. They hired him in 2003. The British cycling team was one of the worst, I think, in all of Europe. They were so bad at the time that bicycle manufacturers wouldn't let the cyclists ride their bikes because they assumed that whoever rode them were terrible. So people would see the Brits on the bikes and not buy those bikes. That's how bad they were. So this guy, David Brailsford, walks in and within 5 years turns the British cycling team into the most dominant team in Europe, but winning gold medals and Tour de France's and world records, and blows them up. And how does he do it? How does he take a team and make such incredible transformations? So he believes in a theory that is a theory that I want to talk to you about called the aggregation of marginal gains. Here's how this works. Wherever you're doing in life, you can do it 1% better. 1% is not that hard. It doesn't require you to use lots of that discipline that we talked about, right? You have a bucket of discipline. You don't need that much for 1%. You want to go from eating unhealthy to eating healthy. It's going to take a long time. It's all your discipline. That's why it doesn't work. But 1%, not a big deal. If you take your life and you add 1% changes to it, and you aggregate them, the aggregation of it's marginal. 1% is marginal. But the aggregation of marginal gains, you put that all together, that's massive. You continuously change 1% of what you're doing. And that's what he did. He came on and he turned to his team and they tried to do everything 1% better. They changed the tires to make them a little bit, they gripped the floor better. They made the seats a little bit more comfortable. They painted the walls white so they can see the any dirt that brings germs a little bit better. They changed the food plan so that's a little bit healthier. They changed the training. It's a little bit harder. They looked at their life as cyclists and consistently looked for 1% better changes. And then conditioned those in, and then they kept on looking for 1%. They did not look for the radical change. 1%. Marginal gains, the aggregation of marginal gains. Now, if you really want to change, it's going to take time. You'll see, if you just have patience, that it'll change very slowly, and then you'll start to change quicker. But you can't jump. If you really want to change, you got to let the flywheel turn. You'll get it. Once the flywheel starts to turn, you'll start adding. But beginning, where we go is plus 1%. It's not hard. Okay. Now look at your list of B's. You saw your ideal day. Pull out a B. I want to be healthy. I want to be a good parent. I want to be spiritual. I want to be connected to God. Whatever. I want to be wealthy. I want to be whatever the thing is. I don't know. Now, ask yourself, in your current life, what is something you can do at least 6 days a week, at least 5 days a week, let's say, that will get you closer to that B? What can you do? 1%, 5 to 7 days a week, that will get you one step closer to that B. What is it? Wake up in the morning, you want to be more spiritual, say one prayer. That's 1%. Saying a prayer every morning, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to take away. You're not going to need loads and loads and loads of energy and discipline. You want to be healthier? What can you do that's 1% better? You can make breakfast. You can put the apple into your bag. So when you get hungry, you reach for the apple first. 1%. All it is, 1%. Look at your list. Write down your 1% goal. What can you do every day? 1%. Go to the gym. That's probably like 3%. I'll give you up to 5, but I really like when you have 1. Right? When I first started working out, I used to get on the treadmill for like a minute. I have a treadmill in my home. When I wanted to get healthier, I would literally go on the treadmill for 5 minutes. Change, sneakers, right? The whole deal. Get on the treadmill, 5 minutes, and go off. Why? What did nothing for me. Yeah, my body, I don't think reacted at all to 5 minutes of walking on a treadmill. But in my head, it started to create a habit of exercise. And it was 1% for me at that time. It was 1%. It took a while for me to get on that treadmill. So if it was going to be like 0 to 30 minutes running fast, it would never happen. It went from 0 to 5 minutes walking slow, and it happened pretty frequently. And my brain started to build a connection and a ritual and a routine. My cue, you get home from work or whatever, you prepare yourself for the end of your day for bed. When you go upstairs, you walk right to that treadmill. It's one room over, and you walk for 5 minutes. Not so hard. 1%. Right? When I wanted to study more, I would add a little bit of study before my prayers. Not a big deal. A couple minutes beforehand. There you go. When I would want to be a better dad, I would add one game when I came home. One game I could play. One game with one of my kids. Whatever it is. Look at your day. You have the list, and if you need the worksheet, I'll send it to you. Just ug@charlierari.com. Look at the worksheet. What's the B? After each B, what can you do? Do as many as little. You can't do more than 5. Do less. Just do it right. What can I do that's 1% more? 1%. Marginal gain. But it's got to be at least 5 to 7 days a week. The same time. Find your cue. Your cue is the morning, the night, get to work, on the way down, whatever. Same time. Basically. Same general thing. Sometimes you can cue it over a day. I'd rather not do that. Try to find a cue. Try to find a time in your day that's already structured. Cue, build a routine. The routine is, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to get 1% marginal benefit consistently. And if you can build a routine that is connected to an existing cue and do it at least 5 days a week and get a 1% benefit, you are on your way to locking in change. The aggregation of marginal benefits. As Warren Buffett says, there's nothing more powerful in the world of investing than compound interest. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 30, it compounds. There's nothing more powerful than 1%, 1. You keep on adding 1%, 1%, 1%. It's gonna compound. It'll happen faster than you think. Okay, so let's build this first. Write it down. Look at it. My B. I know it. I got it. I want to be this. Here's what I'm doing. Now I'm back to my do. Be, do, have, right? I got my B now. I shut down my do. I got my B. Got it. Now my do comes back. 1% gain. 5 to 7 days a week, depending on what it is. When you have that in front of you, now you are well on your way to building the ritual you need to make the actual change in your life. See you next time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in the series. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped. I hope it really made a difference in your life. And for those that tagged us on social media and shared it, for those that left a podcast review, for those that shared it with your friends, or shared it on your status, we appreciate it. It means a lot to us that you felt comfortable enough to share this with others of people that you care about. If you missed a day, make sure to check out the show notes for the link to the entire series. You can join us on the Unlocking Greatness Insider community by going to charlieharari.com/insiders. And we look forward to hearing your feedback on Instagram and on Twitter and YouTube and WhatsApp and everything else. But really, really appreciate your time and attention and look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks again.